Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to be going over the new P320 trigger from MCarbo. This is what the package is going to look like. Inside is going to come with your new P320 trigger, some set screws and hex keys for adjustment, and a over travel set screw adjustment fixture. We'll take out the trigger. We're going to take our over travel set screw, put on some blue Loctite. Here we're going to be using blue 242 Loctite. All right, we're going to take our blue Loctite and put it all over those threads. Go ahead and put our trigger inside its fixture with the lever arm facing up. Screw the set screw in through the bottom here. And once we get it in, we're going to go until it hits that wall and then barely back it out a little bit. That's going to be set for its maximum over travel reduction. So now we can go ahead and put that aside and put in our pre-travel set screw. Again, we're going to put some blue Loctite all along the threads here. So for this set screw, it's going to be sticking out through the top here. So you want to make sure that there's enough Loctite on the bottom side of these threads. For a little more added secureness, you can go ahead and put some on the top side of the threads here, like that. So it gets all on the top side of the threads where the set screw is going to be sitting, just like that. Go back and forth a little bit so Loctite really gets in those threads there. And then we're going to leave it just barely poking out the top here. We're going to clean up all this Loctite, and there we go. We're going to set that aside and disassemble our gun. So first we're going to check, make sure it's clear, and it is. So go ahead and take down this takedown lever. Take off your slide and put that to the side, and then take out the takedown lever. We're going to pop out our FCU. For newer guns, it's going to be a little tight. So if you have like a 3/32 punch or something, you can go ahead and wedge that in, and it'll be a little easier to pop that out. Like that. We'll put our grip module to the side, and here we have our FCU with the stock trigger. So first things we're going to do is we're going to push down on our trigger bar here, and then kind of pop it up over the sear housing so that the trigger can rotate forward and freely be removed from the FCU, just like that. And then we're going to want to keep our thumb on our trigger bar so it doesn't go anywhere. We're going to go straight into putting our new trigger right in, locking it into the trigger bar here. To get this trigger bar back over the top, we're going to kind of like push down and rotate that back into place. So I'll do that again for you if it's a little too fast or hard to see. So what we're going to do, we're in this position, we just have it attached to the trigger bar now, and we're going to push up and rotate the trigger and let it fall into place just like that. You can see that there's a gap. There's a gap between the trigger bar and the sear right between here, and here you can see that there's a little small gap. That's what this pre-travel set screw is going to tighten up. So that would be less pre-travel in it. So we're going to take our 3/32 hex key and we're going to rotate or screw that in until it hits the edge of the FCU here. So from here we're going to watch that trigger bar as we rotate get closer and closer to the sear. We're going to watch down here to see right when it hits the sear, just like that. So now we're right on the edge there, and that's going to be its maximum pre-travel. You can adjust it to however much pre-travel you want, and then we're set to go. We're going to put it right back in the grip module, and we're going to put our takedown lever back in, and then attach the slide right back in, and there you have it. Perfect. And then from here, if you don't like your adjustments, you can make minor adjustments through the bottom here. Just throw your hex keys right in, and then you can change it however much you want for both the pre-travel and the over-travel set screws. Just like that. So with maximum pre-travel reduction, that trigger is going to be right along the wall. That's the pre-travel you get right there. It's just bam. And if you don't like being too close to the wall there, your trigger, you can just put in your hex key and then loosen that up so that you get a little bit more pre-travel, whatever preferences you guys want to make your trigger. So this is the stock OEM pre-travel of the trigger. You can feel there's some take up there right before it breaks. And then with the M CARBO 320 trigger, we'll show that trigger travel again, that it's literally right, you can put it right on the wall there, and then it breaks. There's just no movement in that trigger at all for maximum pre-travel reduction. And again, you can adjust that pre-travel set screw to however much adjustment you want. Just going through the bottom here while it's still already installed in the gun, reduce it as much as you want. And then you can adjust that too so you can have a little bit more take up in your trigger. If you screw in your pre-travel set screw too much, then you might get this problem where you shoot and then the trigger doesn't have enough to reset. So all you need to do is take your 3/32 hex key and just back that out until you hear a click. Right there. And then now your trigger is able to reset. And then same thing for your over travel set screw. If it's screwed in too much, then you won't be able to fire the gun. All you need to do is back it out a couple turns until you can get it to fire. Just like that. And if you have any questions, send us an email at help@mcarbo.com.